Hi everybody, it is Craftin Just Because with Cowan, and today we are playing with the Time for Tags set, and it's a hostess set. So if you place a qualifying party or order, you can choose to get this set as part of your hostess benefits. So I wanted to show you where that is. I hope everybody has gotten the new catalog. I did send some out. If you are in need of the new catalog, please private message me and I'll make sure to get one out to you. But this is the set, and as you could see, they show making some really cute tags. But in the back, so it starts at page 206, there's exclusive sets that you can only get if you are a hostess or place a qualifying order. And when I say qualifying order, you need to have a party sales or sales of your own of $150. So I just wanted to show you that set, and normally I don't purchase those, but I just fell in love with all three of those sets and wanted to create and show how easy this set is to use. So if you've been following me this week, you've seen that I've already shared a couple projects with this, but today's project is a simple one, and I'm calling it, it's a 3x3 card kit that you can make, and this is called Card Candy. And what I have it on, I do apologize, I'm trying to use up some old cardstock, so I used that as my backer card. But there's a window sheet in there, and then I made the tags and punched them out and put them on Stampin' Dimensionals, so you could peel them off and put them on the card. I also added a bunch of twine that it's tied together in the kit for, and you could wrap that twine around the card as well. And then you have 5 note cards that you can make and give to somebody else. So I thought this would be great for a hostess gift if you had somebody that was doing a workshop, or birthdays or anything like that. I also thought it would be fun for little Christmas stocking stuffers. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I first cut a piece of cardstock that was 5 3/4 by 6 1/4. And the reason I did it that way is because I already had pieces of cardstock that were cut that size, and like I said, I'm trying to get rid of this. This is Lemon Lime Twist. That was one of the end colors for last time, and so that's going to be just our backing to keep that window sheet nice and stiff. And then I cut a piece of window sheet that was that exact same size. Now you could do one of two things here. You could staple the window sheet here to the back if you want, and I just did one little staple right there in the corner. And then I have some 6 1/4 by 6 1/4 inch bags that I got off Amazon, and I can provide you the link if you're interested, but that's what I used to put this in. And then I also cut a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock, and it is cut at 3 inches and scored at 3 inches by 6.5 inches, scored at 1.5, and that's going to be for our tag topper. And then this is also 6 3/4 inch and 1/4 inch, and this is of our glimmer paper, and that's going to go to cover up the staple once we staple the bag. And now we need to come in and we need to cut our cardstock for our card bases. So because there's 5 different tags in there, I want to make 5 cards. Now the best way to do that, since they're 3x3 cards, is I used a piece of 12x12 cardstock paper, and what I did was I cut it in half at 6 inches, just like that, and then I placed it at the 3-inch mark and scored it in half at 3 inches. And then I'm going to cut them all into 3-inch pieces, and those will be our card bases. Now I have one left over already from the other set that I made, and so here's 4, and then we will add that 5th piece in here. And then to decorate the card, I don't know if you noticed, I used coordinating cardstock And I cut it at 3 inches by 1/4 inch. So let's go ahead and cut 5 of those. So let me go ahead and cut this at 3 inches. Whoops, I should do it up here so you guys can see. And then I'm gonna cut 5 1/4 inch, or sorry, 1/2 inch strips. I said 1/4 inch. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I also am going to need a scrap of cardstock that is 2.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that up, and that's going to be to make our tags on. And then we can get rid of the Stampin' Trimmer. So now, before we start our tags, I'm going to go ahead and glue these little strips onto the front of each of my card bases. So I'm just going to use my liquid multi-purpose glue, place that right in the center, just like so. The color that I used here is Melon Mambo because I colored the heart and stuff in that color. And I thought it coordinated with my coloring. Okay, we're almost ready to do our tags here. So then what I did is I took them all, put them together, and then just did a flap. So they're not burnished real well, but it gives us the flap. Now I'm going to come in with that piece of cardstock and window sheet and put that there. And then I'm going to take some Whisper White Baker's Twine, and I'm going to tie it around just like this, about 5 times. And we can even it out here in just a moment, but that's what's going to hold those cards in place. Where's my other end? There we go. And then I just tied a bow. And I didn't knot it only because I want them to be able to use the baker's twine. So I just made sure that I got it as tight as I could. And then cut the end off. So there's that. Now we could set that aside. I apologize. Hold on just a second here. Okay, now we're going to take that Whisper White piece of cardstock, and we're going to come in with our stamp set and a block, and we're going to punch, sorry, not punch, we're going to stamp each of the tags using Memento ink because we're going to be coloring them in with our Stampin' Blends. And I'm actually going to make 2 of the pineapple one because that's what I'm going to use for the outside of my wrapping. And then we'll do 1 each of all the rest. So I'm going to come in here. And just so you guys know, I will be posting the links to my directions here in this blog as well. Oops, I kind of didn't get that one exactly at the bottom. I can fix that though. Okay. There we go. Now I could put the lid on that ink. And now we're going to color. So the first one we have here, I went ahead and I used, I'll tell you guys the colors here in just a moment. I used both the light and dark of the Flirty Flamingo, the dark Mango Melody, and the dark Soft Suede. So what I did is I went and did the Mango Melody here for the little light. And then I also colored in the dark Mango Melody on some of the giraffes. So I'm going to kind of highlight the giraffe since I have this marker out. And then I also did the lines on the pineapples. And then I also did the dots. And as you can see, I'm not being real careful because I'm going to come in and blend it with other colors. Okay, so I think that's, oh, and then I also did this little piece here on the hot air balloon. Then I'm going to come in with my light Flirty Flamingo and I'm going to color in the cake. And that was it on that. And then the dark Flirty Flamingo, I'm going to do the candle and then the little frosting tips there. And I did forget a color. I did also the dark and light of the balmy blue. And I highlighted the plate. And then I came in and blended it with that light one. Sorry if you see my hand there. I'm just trying to put those away so they're not here in our video light. Okay, we won't need that one anymore. And then I'm coming in with that dark crumb cake and making my chocolate frosting. Okay, that one's done. Now I'm also going to add a little bit for the base here on my twig. And then I'm going to do part of the dots, this dark color. And then the wheel centers, the brown. And then we're done with that dark crumb cake. Now I'm going to come in with the light crumb cake and I'm going to finish my little twig here. And blend up that. And then I'm going to finish off the little basket here on the hot air balloon. And I'm going to do the other circles and then his little mane. Okay. Then I'm going to come in with my Pineapple Punch Dark. And I'm going to color in the entire pineapple. Okay. And then we need both the light and dark of the Granny Apple Green, the light and dark of the Poppy Parade, the light and dark of the Bermuda Bay. Let me put some of these away here. And then the light and dark of the Lovely Lipstick. I believe that's all the colors we need. So I'm going to start with the dark Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to just do the centers of each of the leaves. And then I'm also going to do the stripes on the hot air balloon. And I'm going to do the pineapple leaves here. And I think that was all on the dark. So then I'm going to come back in with that light. And I'm going to blend those colors together. And finish up the leaves. And then do the pineapple leaves as well. Now, because these are small images, if you didn't have the Stampin' Blends, you could come in and use the Stampin' Write markers. When you have a lot to cover, the Stampin' Write markers aren't the best because they leave lines. But since these images are small, but the only thing you would want to switch is if you would want to use for the black ink, you'd want to use your Stays On black ink. And I forgot to mention we need the light mango melody for the finish off coloring the giraffe here. So I'm going to come in and blend that up. And then we're also going to add some Wink Stella to make each of these sparkle and pop a little bit. And I also forgot that we want the light crumb cake to finish off the wheels here. And all these colors, like I said, will be listed in my blog. Okay. Then I'm going to take the dark Poppy Parade and I'm going to start coloring in my balloon here. And I'm doing the opposite in each of the panels so that you could see the shading. And then we'll come in with that light Poppy Parade and blend that all up. Okay, so then we're done with Poppy Parade. And then we're going to do just a tiny bit of the Bermuda Bay right here in the middle of the star. And then I'm going to outline the bird here. And then we'll come in with that light and finish coloring in the star and then the bird. Okay. And we forgot to do his little beak, the dark mango melody here. So I'm gonna do that. And then we have one thing left and we have that cute little heart. So I'm gonna start and just do on one side where his beak is holding the shade of the heart, and then come in and color the rest with that pink, that lovely lipstick pink. There we go. Now they're all colored and beautiful. So next what we're gonna do is take our Wink of Stella, and then I just ran it over the whole image on each of them. Okay, then you're gonna take the Timeless Label Punch, which I have right here, but I was hiding. And it coordinates with this stamp set, so then you just come in and punch out the tags. And then we're almost done here, and then I'll show you how we'll finish this up. I got that punch a little down here. I might have to fix this one. I didn't get it centered on the piece of paper. Okay, then what I did is I added 2 Stampin' Dimensionals to the top and bottom of each of these. I apologize for the phone ringing there. It's my office line. Okay, one more. Actually, on the other pineapple one, you don't need Stampin' Dimensionals. So you're doing it on all 5 of the tag ones. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna come in and you're gonna place these on that window sheet, because you could peel them off. So on this one, I'm gonna make sure I put that rope right in between there. Hi, this is